Chaos Cloud just got 2 brand new features that are changing how we operate using Enscape. First, we have an AI enhancer, and now we have an entirely new reviews section. Today, I want to show you exactly how to use both of these, pros and cons to using them, and my first impressions. Are you ready? Let's go. We have Enscape open in front of us, and we have the project we want to enhance, manipulate, and use Chaos Cloud for. So first thing first, let's get it from here into Chaos Cloud. The easiest way, at least in my personal opinion, is just hit AI Enhancer and let it render out the image you're looking for. That'll take a few seconds, but once it's done, you'll get a little Chaos Cloud pop-up window. And then you can go ahead and click Upload and Enhance straight away, but for now, we're just going to click Upload. That uploads literally in a couple of seconds. You'll see the success button, and then you can go View in Cloud. Once you've logged in, you're going to end up in a space like this. This is my project hub, and I'm just using this as an example today. You'll see on the right hand menu, we have a reviews tab that's highlighted with new. That's exactly what we're going to start talking about today. So first things first, click on reviews and open up the review tab. You can see I've already done a bit of testing on this to find out what the pros and cons are. But for now, let's go through the journey, go to the top left hand corner and create a review. Now we can give it a name. We'll just call it YouTube, and we're going to create it inside David Tomic's project. Create here. There we go. You see it will automatically populate in the space. So then we can open up that project. Once you're in the project, you'll see to do, in progress, for review, and approved. 4 different columns that we can utilize to manage our renders. So we can either add or upload a file. Let's just add from our project itself. So you'll see in my David Tomic projects, I have 2 Enscape renders. Let's just add one to start with. By selecting it and adding it, it'll automatically populate it into the to-do section. If we wanted to move it into any other category, we simply drag and drop. So in progress, for example, if we were to click the 3 dots on the bottom right hand corner, you can rename, move, copy, enhance, which we'll come to in a little bit, change status if you want to do it the old school slow way, upload a new version, or even download the file, and of course, delete it. They're just your generic settings for any image. But we want to see what the review tab can actually do. So let's go ahead and open up this image. It's a project you've all seen before, but it's one that still needs a little bit of work. So if I was reviewing this in a team setting, or even with the client themselves, up the top, you can submit for review. So if I click that submit for review, go back to my main table, you'll see it's moved for review. If I were to go back into that image, if I was the reviewer in this case, I can add a comment. For example, we click on this car, ask them to change it to an SUV, add people in the background over here, and maybe I don't even like the sky. I can ask for a nighttime shot and just go create. Now, as a person creating the image, I'd be able to see all of these comments in real time, know exactly what individual item the commenter is referring to, and go ahead and make those adjustments. Or I can simply reply to the comment and go no, for example, and close that comment out by pressing the tick. And there you go, that comment disappears entirely. Now let's say you wanted to share this and get somebody a comment that didn't have a Chaos Cloud account. Well, just come to the top, share, down the bottom where it says access. Anyone can comment, and then make sure comments is either unlocked or same as parent unlocked. Then we can copy our link or jump to a private browsing tab where I'm not logged in, so you can see sign in up the top, and I have full access just like I did before. If I was to then go back, I could for instance come into the 3 dots, change all those items in my renders, and then go upload a new version, which will upload it from your computer, or you can upload to the cloud and replace this image. Now, let's say we've closed out all 3 of these comments. The commenter, the person reviewing it, is happy, but we still want to make this image better. In the top right hand corner, we also have edit. And if we want to make it better, this is where we're going to go. Now, 2 buttons, AI Upscaler, which we talked about a long time in the past. That's still awesome, but it's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the AI Enhancer button. So let's go ahead and press that button, and you'll see you are in enhancement mode, and the background software is trying to figure out all the different large surface materials. So as I hover over my picture, you'll see blue items highlighted. For example, this car, the driveway, the road, the grass, each individual tree, sections of white facade render, and even some of the glass walls behind that is identified from Enscape. Now, generally speaking, it does a pretty good job of selecting and highlighting individual things, but it does miss some major items like the cascading plants here in the back. They've just been completely missed, which is unfortunately disappointing, but nevertheless, it does pick up most of the important elements. So let's say we wanted to select this grass, and I have tested this before, so let's just go create new. You see we have creativity of new enhancement. We can allow medium or even high, and then just simply go enhance, which is awesome because you don't have to think about any commands, any prompts, but at the same time that can be a downside because it's just going to do whatever it wants. When we click on something like the road and go create new, you'll see it has that same creativity slider, but in this case we have dirt, age, and damage. So let's just say we want that to be aged driveway and then enhance. Whilst that's going, you might have noticed that the grass has already updated and changed. So if I click on vegetation 1 and then expand, it'll highlight just that section of vegetation, which allows us to click between the images. So the original compared to the enhanced. And if I just shuffle quickly between them, you'll see the original grass isn't overly incredible, whereas the enhanced grass, well, looks pretty bloody real to me. And at the same time, that driveway has now been enhanced and improved. Similarly, we can review them side by side. So the enhanced adds a little bit of dirt, a little bit of texture, some tire marks, which is really awesome. The original, pretty plain concrete. So again, they're not major changes, but they're minor enough to add enough detail and depth into your render. If we repeat that same process to the garage door and to the road, we'll start to see the render come into life. One thing that I have noticed isn't working perfectly yet, if I click on this car, for example, let's go creativity high. I have an age group that just doesn't really fit. So it's not a child, a young adult, or even a senior. It's not a male or a female, despite what some people may tell you. And the ethnicity, facial expression, and hair color doesn't matter for a vehicle. So this definitely has some improvements to go, but just for sake of argument and for fun, let's click a few buttons and see what happens to our car. Now, if we were to come back to the image with a person in it, then we can utilize that feature again. So just for the purpose of the argument, we'll click on the individual man and you'll see we can allow it some creativity just like before. Let's go, that's an adult, he is male. We don't really want to change anything about the appearance, we just want to enhance. So you can see now this is an extreme zoom and cropped image. The original character direct from Enscape compared to the enhanced version. Significantly more lifelike. This looks like an old school RuneScape character. This looks like a high quality photograph of an English bloke going to work. So that simple adjustment makes a huge improvement to the overall image. Even if I just zoom out on the overall image, which I haven't enhanced anything of this particular project, again, we were using the other image for most of this, that man alone makes it look significantly more realistic. Now, while the car's working in the background, the road is probably a little bit too intense, so let's change that to a bit of a medium creativity so it doesn't completely destroy our road. Whereas the car, so if we look at the original, it's definitely made the vehicle significantly more realistic, adjusted the lines, given it better reflections and everything in between, but the interior is a little bit worse. Nevertheless, I'd still probably pick the enhanced version in the render because it does look better. And then if you don't want to go through individual items, you can literally just go enhance whole image, let it enhance, which you'll see enhancing down the bottom. And if for whatever reason you stop, you can go ahead and hit the red stop button. Once it's completed, we can just go save as a new version so we can compare them in detail. Once it's saved, you'll get the pop-up in the bottom right hand corner, which you can just go compare, and it'll give you a slider which you can use as an A/B slider. Personally, I like the side-by-side view because I can immediately look left and right and figure out what's different. Whereas the A/B slider, it works well because you can move it over to the grass and check things out, but I just find it a bit slow. So for me personally, side-by-side view looks a lot better. So let's have a look at these side by side. The difference isn't huge, but the difference is also a massive jump up in hardware, saving yourself thousands and thousands of dollars by not having to upgrade your desktop and being able to utilize AI to improve it. So a couple of things, I still think my road in the original image is better than the updated one, so I'll revert that back to the road. The grass has gotten so much better, as has the car minus the seats inside. You can see by enhancing the whole image, some of the reflections and the shadows in the windows and glazing have improved as well, and generally the image just looks a little bit crisper. Once we're finished with that, we can come back into our main board, move it into approved, finish the job, click the three dots, download the file, and do whatever we need to with that for our real world projects moving forward. Anyway, that's all for me today, team. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. And like always, I'll see you next week.